What's up, Bleacher Bumz? CK in the house. Yeah. Um, September 8th. It is my birthday. Celebrating my birthday, doing my show, which makes me happy. Going solo. Um, Partner in crime is MIA. Not sure if Bigfoot got him up north. I don't know what the deal is. Probably having a good old time. But your guesses are as good as mine. Not sure where he's at. Haven't heard from him. But we continue to move on and do what we do. Last night, had an incredible night. Another winning night. Not going to get cocky because that's not my style. Just very confident in what I do. And that's getting you guys winners. So let me run down these results for you, and then I'm going to run down tonight's. I want to get to our game of the night, our football week 1. We're underway. We're rocking and rolling. I want to get this done, get these picks out to you. I've spent at least 2 weeks now on just week 1 in college football. I have broken down all but I think 5 games. Your best bets are small schools that will blow your mind. That really not many are picking either way. So doesn't mean they're good or bad picks. They're just small schools that the value is just too great. And I will present that to you guys on tomorrow's show. I'll be heading out of town Saturday. We got a rock show down in Indiana. I am in some tribute bands also. It's kind of a little hobby I picked up years ago, and it's a lot of fun. Music and sports, the combo is just so nice. So that's where I will be Saturday, but I will be back. I'm probably going solo again for the NFL show. So definitely tune in, check in, send me some comments, guys, gals. Let me know what you guys want to hear. Any other sports. I will be breaking down basically all the sports, even some sports that people like aren't really paying much attention to. You know, you got lacrosse. Ping pong. We could do that if you want. I will break down anything for you guys. Just got to make some money. We're doing really well. So, yeah, I'm just kind of babbling right now. Got my mind is 50 million things going on. As I was telling Steph, it's breaking down, a lot of these sites you see, they got teams of 10, 15, 20 people that break these games down. I am solo. So there is a lot to do, a lot of numbers to cover. So my brain is kind of foggy when it comes to the show, because the show is number one. This is what's gonna make or break us. And if I got to do it by myself, I'll do it by myself. Whatever it takes. Want to get this Bleacher Bumz off the ground and rolling because it's very profitable. I have a handful of friends that have jumped on board that are taking these picks and they're making money. Very, very few times have they lost money on a night. So you guys want to stay tuned, subscribe, please. Hit like. If you don't like it, send me a message. Tell me why. I'm brand new at the video part of all this, not the sports or the handicapping, but video. So it's all new to me. That's why you hear a lot of It is what it is, guys. I am what I am. But yeah, today is my birthday, 52. I like to say 52 years young. I don't like the year old, so we'll say young. All right, let's just knock this out of the park. So last night, 11-7, 11-7 overall. Games and props, we ran 4-2. Player props 2-2. Best bets 5-3, and that's what you guys are putting your money on. The other ones you can do what you want with. I throw them out there because I'm leaning that way. I just haven't been sold. Now there has been times when I've posted things, and like the other day, the ones I was leaning on, all 6 won, and then the best bets took a shit. So it is what it is. The underdog, I always shoot for a real long shot. That didn't pay off yesterday. And it's crazy because if you watched the show yesterday, I had Kansas City -1.5 over Cleveland. The original bet was going to be Kansas City money line over Cleveland, but it wasn't paying enough. It was paying +128, which is still pretty good. I mean, you're still plus money. Any plus money wins. I mean, that's a winner chicken dinner. So I pushed the envelope. I felt that KC and Greinke could get it done and win by 2 runs. And they won, but they won 2-1. So if you took the money line, I suggested it, but it wasn't my basically big whale of a play of the day. So we were going an alternative line. That's what they call it. And we went KC -1.5 instead of money line. That took a loss. But that's just an underdog. Those don't go towards Bleacher Bum Sports all overall record, which is floating in at around 60. This should put us around 65%. And that, you look it up. Sports handicapping, you're doing really well if you're in 52 to 55, 56%. You are kicking ass. Well, we're well over 60 and we're climbing. So we will continue to climb. And these are all the best bets. We take all the best bets, put them in the system, and boom, there you go. You got our records. And I have at least 2 years worth of records to show the public, and they're always posted. So they're out there. They're always out there. So there's no, I'm going to earn your trust, and you guys learn to trust me, and we'll make some money. Anyway, so again, I am babbling and having stupid computer problems. All right. Can't get this stupid mouse to work either. I'm just going to run these down. Games and props that I was leaning towards. No run first inning, Nerfies, which we like to call them. Milwaukee and Colorado, no runs first inning, was somewhat of a long shot because they were predicted to score about 11.5 over 11.5 runs for the game. So that's usually really scary when you're doing a no run first inning. So you want them to score in all the other innings except the first. Well, I felt good about it. I like the pitchers. We talked about them being left-handed pitchers, and it showed. No runs first inning. We hit plus money with that lean. So if you took that, that was a good one. Boston and Tampa, these guys, other than having a great winning night, these guys ruined a really, really good night. I had yes runs first inning. These two clowns of teams should have absolutely killed it and went over the line of 7.5 and didn't even come close. As a matter of fact, these they only scored 1 run in the whole game. So that did me no good. And it wasn't in the first inning. So we took the loss there. Houston, Texas, no runs first inning. These guys got me again. Took the loss. I think Texas got a run. I think Texas got the run in that inning. Javier Assad, Cubs. Just this random pitcher that I've kind of been following all year. He's just kind of flies under the radar. He's decent, but man, this dude's striking a lot of people out, and they're putting his strikeouts really low. And it was over 3.5. It was plus money. I mean, I don't know if Vegas is just waiting for this guy to just crash and burn, but he's not. We took him over 3.5 plus 115, so plus money. He had 6. No issues there. And the one I really liked here, this almost was a best bet, is Phillies. Phillies minus 0.5, which is they just got to be winning. They can't be tied. They got to be winning after the first 5 innings are over, minus 110. They were winning 3-2. So we took the win there. Here's another one. Detroit plus 1.5 over the Angels. If you guys are from the D, you got to go back and look at the game. 2 rookies back-to-back home runs. It was just a weird game. Detroit ends up winning the game. We didn't even need the plus 1.5. They won 5-4. I was actually listening to it, going and getting our little baby kitties their food, and it was just, you would have thought the Tigers won the World Series the way the announcers were screaming for these rookies. It's really cool, though. So, all right, player props. Danny Jansen of Toronto. Do I suck at typing stuff. It was supposed to, well, okay. I mean, you could probably figure it out. Danny Jansen from Toronto, over 0.5 total bases. Basically, you just got to get on base. He did not play, so it doesn't even matter. Nelson Valquez of the Cubs, over 0.5 total bases. It was decent odds, minus 125. Took the win. He had 2. Nick Pivetta, this guy's a clown. I'm fading him. Done. Nick, man, I keep thinking I'm seeing stuff here. Thinking there's a mouse over there. Thought I just saw something. Losing my mind here. All this football, baseball, it's just, like I said, my brain is so cloudy right now. I think if a mummy walked by, I'd believe it. Nick Pivetta, Boston, over 4.5 strikeouts. The dude just, I don't know what he's doing. He pitched enough innings to get it done. He only got 3. Another one that I'm going to start fading, and he's my favorite player right now, Alex Manoah of Toronto. Such a stud. I think what it is the players are his opponents have just figured him out. The dude throws basically 100 miles an hour, and he's got nasty stuff. 5.5 strikeouts, dude. We need 6. He got us 5. So he didn't get it done. Alex Cobb almost was a best bet from San Fran. Over 2.5 earned runs. I thought he was going to get more than this, but he did creep over. So the hook paid off. We had 3. Now to best bets. You know what? Something's wrong here. No, this is right. Okay. My apologies. Hugh Darvish. We were just, if you guys have watched my previous shows, I have I keep saying I'm going to fade this guy, and I'm not going to play it. And I've told you guys, whatever I pick with Hugh Darvish, any prop, take the opposite, and you'll probably be a millionaire, because this guy has just made my life miserable. Last night, he did what I was hoping he would do. And he's burned me on giving up so many darn runs so early in the game. I needed him to get me 2 earned runs as quickly as possible, because I just don't trust this guy. And he didn't waste any time. He ended up giving up 3. So we took the win. That was your number one, your big dog, you 2 units. Put your money on it. We hammered it. Awesome. That's why we do what we do. Those number ones, they're paying. Very, very rarely do we lose those. So I like to emphasize on that and let you know that is a fact, and it's a Bleacher Bum Sports fact. We hit those number ones. Cleveland team total. This was so close to being the number one bet. This was an easy win. Total team runs under 4.5. They were not scoring 5 runs last night. No way. They got 1. So we won that. We took the loss with Baltimore plus 1.5 over Toronto. They lost 4-1. Tampa Bay and Boston over 7. We just got done talking about it. 1 lousy run. Baltimore and Toronto, no runs first inning. They screwed that up for me. That was a loss. Now, but we had this is where it went great for us. Ohtani, pretty easy win here. We needed him over 1.5 total bases. And if you watch the game, you know what he did. He does what he does. Homers, and he cleared our 4-bagger. So that is a win. This was actually my personal favorite play of the night. Jordan Montgomery of St. Louis over 17.5 outs. The dude was a stud last night. He got us 20 outs. That was a winner chicken dinner. That was in my top 3. Atlanta minus 1.5 over Oakland. They won 7-3. It was just a killer night for best bets. So, with that said, we put that in the files. It goes away as a beautiful day. I'm going to run down these plays for today, which unfortunately already got going. So, my apologies. I just want to make sure I'm not wasting my time or your time. Okay, so the Ass Clowns that I had as a number 1 pick, and I didn't even want to do it. There's so few games today. There's 3, 6, 7 games, and nothing stuck out that made me just go, wow. Except one that's coming on at 9:40 tonight. It's the only game I liked. I liked the pitching matchup. I liked everything about it. I probably should have thrown that up there. I did put it in. You know what? I don't think did I fucking post it? Oh my God. You guys are witnessing brain fog at its peak. I did not even post it. So guess what? We're just going to talk about it. Let me get through the games, props, and best bets, and I'll throw this at you. Games and props. San Fran and Milwaukee over 7.5. Top of 9th. It's 2-1. Ain't happening. That's just a lean. Miami and Philly under 7.5. It's going to be a really interesting game. As a matter of fact, that comes on in 20 minutes. So jump on it because I got a prop for you there. Cincy in the Cubs over 8. Yeah, they didn't do it. They got 7. That game's over. So the Cardinals, Nationals, Reds, Cubs game's over. Brewers and Giants pretty much over also. It's a crappy day for baseball. It's probably because the best sporting event of the year, other than Super Bowl, is coming up in a few hours. All right, so that bullshit is over with. Now, player props. Love this one, guys. And he's a badass. Dylan Cease of the White Sox, under 8.5 Ks. Way too many. The dude can do it. He can dial it up. I mean, he's had 10 here, 11 here. I mean, he can pop it out. Love the White Sox too tonight. But he ain't scoring. He ain't striking out 9. He ain't striking out 9 players tonight. It's not happening. And yeah, he's pitching against the A's, but A's are, I mean, they're making contact, and that's all they got to do for us to cover that number. So go with Dylan to throw about 5 or 6 Ks for the night. Love this one, and I'm kind of shocked it's so low. They are playing the Yankees. I think that when they throw the Yankees up there, they're like, oh my God, he's not going to strike many of them out. Aaron Judge will probably pop a home run. If you guys want, you know what? I'll throw that one out there. Take Well, Sonny Gray may have them, and that's probably why a Judge's number's so high. You guys could bet Aaron Judge to hit a home run tonight. I think it's plus 550. It's usually around 4. So for every dollar, basically, you're winning $5.50. Pretty awesome stuff. Miami plus a half a run for the first 5 innings. That is, in my opinion, a steal. You got 2 badasses throwing tonight. Sandy Alcantara and Kyle Gibson. They both are in my best bets. And, there is no real rule. There's no real rule to this. But a lot of people don't. If you're going to put best bets together, you don't usually put, like, if you're going to put 2 props together, you don't want them on opposite teams. You want to just take one from one team. But I don't believe in that. If I see 2 things I like, it's going up. And I've never had problems with that. So it is what it is. Best bets. My number one, obviously, I'm going to take a loss tonight. St. Louis, they just didn't show up. They got their asses handed to them by Pittsburgh, 11-6. Let's see. Yeah, 11-6. So that game's over. Cubs money line over Cincy. Nada. So it's not looking good that we're going to clear the best bets, but we've been on such a good roll. Shit happens. San Fran money line over Milwaukee. And I'm not sure. Let me see. What did I just do? Oh my God. Chris, stop poking things. Okay. San Fran money line over Milwaukee. Done. Top of 9th. Let's get an update. See what's going on. Top of 9, San Fran. 2 outs, nobody on. It's 2-2 count. Just swing the bat and be over with. That's it. The game's over. Plus 178. I love that, and I even had that as my underdog of the day. And you know what? They hung in there. A loss is a loss, so it doesn't really matter. But they were really predicting Corbin Burns to just absolutely stun him. His first 6 batters, he struck out. So he was just on, like, almost took Corbin Burns over. Oh, I think it was like, let me see what he had. I know it just doesn't matter, but I'm throwing it out there. Holy shit. I should have gone for it. He had over 6.5 strikeouts or 7.5 strikeouts. Dude had 14 strikeouts. Yikes. That is a damn. No wonder they were high favorites. But San Fran hung in there. They only gave up 2 runs. They had an opportunity for us to make some big money. Anyway, last 2, Sandy Alcantara of Miami over 5.5 Ks. Love that pick. Kyle Gibson, stud, over 4.5. I think both of them are going to hit those numbers, which would keep the Miami and Philly lean under 7.5 as a winner. So check those out as the best bets. 3-team parlay. Don't even worry about it now because St. Louis and San Fran were in there. So that is that. And now I need a little drum roll. I need a little. Brrr. Let's go to NFL. I need the NFL theme. See, this is what this show is gonna. We'll get there. Just be patient. It's a one-man show right now. Until we get all the little pieces doing their thing. I may have to pull out an instrument here and play the music myself. All right, so we got Buffalo favored -2.5 over the Rams tonight. And before I get to who I'm going to take, I got lines on everything here, and I got a handful of props, and I'm just going to put these all under, I'm going to play these plays tonight. Okay, so I'm not giving you ones that I'm kind of leaning to. These are ones I am going to bank on. As a matter of fact, the total, I'm going to take an alternate, and I will explain that in a second here. But you know what? Let's just start with the total. Let me get that out of the way. You know, anybody who knows me, I'm not a fan of taking such high totals in the beginning of the year. But however, I think both teams have some holes on their defensive side of the ball. Both offenses should throw it at a crazy high rate. It's going to be all over the field. I think they are going to put on a spectacle tonight. Game 1, game 10, it doesn't matter. I think these two teams are coming in and they're just going to blow it up, and it's going to be a fun game. These teams last season, they threw the ball at the highest rate and were 7th highest rates in the NFL. I think they were tied for it. In the neutral game situations. Now, even though the Bills had to replace the offensive coordinator, Brian DeBole, with Ken Dorsey, there's no reason to believe that they will throw it less often. In fact, I think with the emergence of Gabriel Davis and continued excellence of Stephon Diggs, I expect Allen to throw even more down the field. And that's leading up to some of these props that I'm really liking. The Bills finished 3rd last season in scoring average at 28.4 points per game. Furthermore, in the last 2 seasons, when Buffalo played in a dome or retractable roof stadium like they will in LA, the Bills averaged 32 points per game, scored at least 27 in each of those games. Now, Buffalo's defense finished tops in the NFL in multiple categories last year. Yards per play, EPA per play allowed. Now, they've piled up these good stats mainly when they faced the weak offenses in their schedule. I mean, that does happen. Now, in fact, when we're looking at just opponent points per game scored, the Bills faced the easiest schedule of opposing offenses in the NFL. Now, they will have to face another top offense in the Rams, and will do so without their star cornerback, Trey Davis White. I am a little worried about the Rams' offensive line after turning over 2 starting positions from last year's Super Bowl, but the good news for the Rams is that the Bills' defensive line is the weakest in the interior. Now, for the Rams, their defense was sound last season, ranking 5th best in the NFL. However, their top-heavy roster lost multiple pieces from that defense. Gone are 3 starters from the Super Bowls, including Von Miller, defensive end Von Miller, and Eric Weddle. Los Angeles played 9 games against teams that finished in the top 10 offensive EPA and allowed an average of 25.9 points in those games. Now, I expect the Bills to spread the field and attack anyone not named Jalen Ramsey in the secondary with their incredible array of wide receivers. So, with that said, it's obvious I'm going to take the over the 52.5. And that's at a -110. Guys, it's only 3 more points. And I know in the NFL, a point is a lot. I am going to go as far as saying take the alternate total, 40 or 54.5 points. It does make, I would say, go half a unit. Don't go crazy on it. It is the first game of the year, but these two teams, they're the real deal. They're not going to come out there and shit the bed. I think they're going to come out and want to make a statement. Really, the only thing that scares me about the total, to be honest, is Stafford. He's got arm issues, guys. I don't know. And believe me, there's a bullseye on that shoulder. And they're going to be watching and trying to zone in on that. He will get hit and knocked around. Bill's defense is pretty badass. So that's the only thing that worries me, because then let's say they knock him out. bring in the backup. I don't know. I think it's just going to get off to a fast start. I think the Bills are going to put up 30 plus anyway. So I like the over. I'm going to take the over myself. Prop plays. This one just blows my mind. This one is I'm just going to put this out there as the best bet of the night, period, with both sports, baseball and football. Josh Allen over 35 and a half passing attempts. He's going to light it up. The Bills were number 1 in the NFL in neutral game pass rate last season. And if you assume, like I do, that this game should be competitive, then Allen will likely be slinging it all over the field. In the Bills' 5 games last season that ended in a single-digit margin, excluding the Patriots' extreme wind game, Allen averaged 47.2 pass attempts, and he easily cleared the 35.5 in all of them. For the season, he averaged over 37 attempts per game, so this prop is really light. Of course, they're going by week 1, and call me a sucker, but I've never had problems in week 1. There's been a couple things I've avoided because I've learned in the past there's certain props just stay away for in the first few weeks. This one, This one, he's going to clear 40 pass attempts. I think he's going to hit around 41, 42 to be exact. So that is your best prop play of the night. Now, I do like Dawson Knox of Buffalo over 39.5 receiving yards. He's coming off the best season of his career, and I think he's going to make this season even better. Scoring 9 touchdowns, racking up 587 yards on 49 receptions with 71 targets. Now, he's exceeded this number 7 times in 2021, including the season opener against Pittsburgh and also in a playoff victory over New England. He had 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, the Bills are facing a Rams secondary that is young and they're inexperienced. LA's defense as a whole may not be well-oiled machine in week 1. The same can be said for a lot of teams. Now, it is also a defense that uses Vic Fangio's style of 2 deep safeties in hopes of limiting those explosive plays. But that's not going to impact Knox. He's going to get those short ones, the little 7 to 9 yarders. His average depth of target in 2021 was 7.2 yards. So let them go downfield. He will be sitting there getting those little, I like to call them the little Brett Favre dump offs that they've done on the Lions for, I don't know how many years he did it for. Get 7 to 10 yards. Drove me nuts. That's what they're going to use him for tonight. He thrives on these short and intermediate routes that should work nicely against Buffalo. It's also worth noting that the Rams allowed the 11th most receptions to opposing tight ends last year. Typo. Not very good at typing either. But you get the point. Dawson Knox, he should dot 45 to 50 yards tonight. So he will clear the 39.5. I love that one. Here's an absolute long shot, but it's totally doable. Gabriel Davis of Buffalo, anytime scoring a touchdown. We just want him to score a touchdown. If he does, it's plus 856. It's insane. This matchup should set up nicely for him. LA has 1 star player in the secondary, and we've mentioned his name, Jalen Ramsey, who will try to put the clamps down on Diggs. He's going to be focusing on Diggs. Josh knows that. The rest of the defensive backfield is not very good. So both Davis and Knox alike should be able to take advantage. It should also be noted that Davis has to be playing with a ton of confidence. Allen has to have a ton of confidence with his second wide receiver. Davis scored 4 touchdowns in the last 5 regular season games last year and then went nuts in the playoff with 5 in only 2 contests. In part of a 201-yard eruption against KC. I'm counting on him to pick up where he left off. He's going to get one of these touchdowns. I think Josh is going to throw about 3. One of them should be to him. I'm sure they'll get down there in between the 5 and 10. He's got that little route he likes to run. Let him get it. Let him pop that out. Now, here's 4 that I really like. 3 of them are plus numbers, and that makes no sense to me. But again, they're going by week 1. Stephon Diggs over 5.5 receptions, plus it's an even, plus 100. Jamison Crowder over 1.5 receptions. Isaiah McKenzie over 31.5 reception yards. And then Tyler Higbee over 4.5 receptions for the Rams. He should easily, and that's plus 132. It's ridiculous. They might be banking that, Stafford. Somebody knows something about Stafford. That arm something's going to come up tonight. Either he's going to be pulled at some point. There's just the numbers with the Rams are just a little off, and it's pointing me in the direction of thinking that they're thinking that Stafford, they're going to be zeroing in on his injury. And they're not talking about it much, but the numbers I'm getting from the Rams side are not from a Super Bowl team. So that's what I think on those little props. Now for the game. The defending Super Bowl champs find themselves as underdogs to open this year's NFL season. The LA Rams will host the Buffalo Bills tonight. They enter the season as title favorites. Why not? The Bills have arguably the league's best roster from top to bottom, including a slew of weapons on offense for quarterback. Allen to torment opposing defenses with. Even though the Bills had to replace OC Brian DeBole and Ken Dorsey, there is no reason to believe they will be less successful on the offense this season. Buffalo's top-ranked defense returns most of its production along with new additions in the secondary. Plus, you got Von Miller and linebacker. Does it get better than that? The Bills should see success against the Rams offense line that underwent massive changes in the offseason. Now, on the other side, the Rams did pick up Allen Robinson in free agency, but I still think the Rams will miss their presence of Odell Beckham Jr. in the receiving corps. Now, the running game was largely underwhelming for Sean McVay and company a season ago. Now, I wouldn't expect that to change this week. LA will still be able to get after the quarterback thanks to Mr. Donald and that interior, but the bigger issue for the Rams lies in that secondary, and that's where my props for my receivers for the Bills come in. The bigger issue for the Rams, like I said, is in the secondary. Now, the Rams will not be bringing back a cornerback besides Jalen Ramsey that finished in the top 65 in the NFL. Now, this could prove to be a massive issue against Buffalo's dynamic group of wideouts on the perimeter. Backing the previous season's Super Bowl winner in Week 1 has been a profitable trend for years now. However, there is just too many questions surrounding the Rams for me to get involved with the home side here. And this taking Buffalo minus 2.5, which is what I will do against Super Bowl champs at home, first game of the season, would be insane to do, except it's Buffalo, who I think should win the Super Bowl this year. So now you already know who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. And you're laying points on the road. It's just something I don't usually advise, but the Bills have the firepower to make them an attractive option. Furthermore, SoFi Stadium isn't much of a home field. Now, this is what sold me. If anybody out there is in LA, you know you don't go to many Rams games. I mean, who does? Not many people. Don't be shocked to see a 50-50 fan base out there. It's going to be split, and it's not going to seem like a road game for the Bills. It is a square play, but it's under. I mean, you should be able to get it at minus. I've seen it as low as 2, but it's. I think they're going to lock it in at 2.5. That's what it's been. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Take a crazy look here. Should be 2.5. It's 2.5, and it's locked in there, minus 110. That's right. It's going to be about where it's at. And I'm going by Bet Online, so props to Bet Online. I do like them. I use them. They got ping pong. You can bet on ping pong, which is fun. Throw $1 on each little match. It's a good time. You can win some really quick money there too. Money lines minus 134, not bad. So if you want a safer play, you got to spend a little bit more, but minus 134 is not bad. You could take the Rams if you really like them. I mean, Stafford's arm is something's not right. It's down to 52 now, so minus 111. So you could do that. That's a nice bet. One I do like that it kind of stood out was I'm losing my mind, guys. First, unless they're thinking the defense is going to just show up and there's going to be no points scored in the first quarter. If you guys take Buffalo, it's definitely not a public favorite. If you take, it's at 6.5 right now. I think Buffalo's going to score a touchdown in that first quarter. You figure they're going to get the ball probably twice, maybe 3 times if the defense is that good. I just think 6.5. I think they're just talent. They could be baiting you too. But I just seem to think Josh is going to go down and they're going to pop off a quick touchdown. I like that play, but there was another play. It's in the game prop section. I mean, there's so many things you guys can do, but this one I really liked. Largest lead, either team, over or under 16.5. I think this game is going to be tight all the way to the end. 16.5. I can't see it unless Stafford is knocked out and then they got a backup or something. That's the only thing I can see holding this playoff. Now, if you take over 16.5, it's plus 109. And that's largest lead. No, I'm sorry. I did it backwards. My apologies. Largest lead. It's definitely under 16.5 is a favorite. So it's minus 143. Steep, but there is just no way do I see it getting out of hand one way or the other. I don't see it. The teams are too good to get that. 14 would be tops. I mean, you could get a quick touchdown. Buffalo go down, score a quick touchdown. Rams punt, and then Buffalo gets another quick. I just don't see it. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to be high scoring. That's why I'm thinking of taking that alternate line of 54 total points. But those I liked. I really, really, really liked those. I like those lines. And I did kind of like the Buffalo Bills over 27 points for the game. I think they're going to be in the 30s, minus 110. It's a decent payout for that. Buffalo total touchdowns. I think it would be safe to say over or under 3.5. If you go over, I don't see Josh throwing 4. I see him for sure throwing 3. But if you take over 3.5, it's plus 143. That's a nice. Those are nice numbers. So anyway, that is your game 1 NFL game of the week, game of the century. It's a nice matchup. NFL did a good job picking that. I will have your college football picks finalized tomorrow. I will have them up pretty early. Check them out. I'm going to try to put a bunch together for some parlays. I've got, it's a sucker bet. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's for suckers, and I'm a sucker for the teasers. What's cool is Bet Online. What they'll do is they'll give you a teaser. You can do obviously the 6-point teaser where, like tonight, might not be a bad idea. This might be a good idea since we're talking about it. Buffalo Bills. But which way would you tease it? I don't like taking. Well, you could take Buffalo. If you took them in a teaser and you teased it 6 points. Let's see. Let me give you an example here. Okay, so let's just say we teased Buffalo, and we love Buffalo. We could tease them 6 points, push them up to 3.5. We can take the total over 46, pays 11 to 10. So for a $10 bet, you would win $9.09. That's actually that's a decent bet there. Now I'm playing, but as I was saying, the teasers, you can go as far up as 21 points. Those are fun to do. Thing is, you're not really to break even like $1 for $1. You're not going to get it. The best you could do, I think, is you can tease them 21 points, but you'd have to take like 8 games. Tease them 21 points. Now, it does seem easy. Trust me. I have been burned by one team in all those kind of teasers. Now, I win a lot of those, but I play them for fun. So basically, for a $10 bet on an 8-team 21-point teaser, you're going to, for every $10, you may win 7. So it's not, and you got to get all 8 of them right, but it is 21 points. Those are fun. I do like the 10 points and the 13 points. Those are fun to do. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to post them on Facebook, the teasers, and I'll put them in 6 points. I'll put them in 10, 13, 21, and give you some ideas, and we'll have some fun with it. But your heavy hitters, your best bets, I've already got 3 of them lined up for you. They are almost like handing you free money, in my opinion. I'm very, very good at college football. I'm very good at pro. I think I'm better at college. Pro is like if they feel like showing up. I mean, I think we know about pro sports. I don't know. They're just some want to be there, some don't. College, they're trying to make that next level. So you're kind of getting, you kind of know what you're getting with them. So I will have all that for you tomorrow. I don't want to burn any more of your time tonight. Thank you for C-Bus Bucks. Ragno is out. Vitali is out. Offense line. Here we go. Same old, same old. No, stop it. Next will be Goff knocked out. Then the secondary will have injuries. Then Swift will get a hangnail. I think you're right about that. That is false shaw. Hangnail. Hangnail. False shaw. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll get this bigger and better, more organized. I'm doing the best I can with what I'm dealing with right now. So, win some money tonight. Small slate of baseball, but let's knock out this football. I like every prop. I really like the total. I think I like the total the best. Besides the prop play with Josh. Um, so good luck tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have a better time, I've been picking 6 o'clock. My other partner like 4:30, like when people are still at work and maybe thinking of coming home. Yeah, don't think that was a bright move, but that is the past, and we're moving on. So I'm checking in at 6. I think what I'll do for your college football, I'm going to get up bright and early, and we will do it before 10 o'clock, maybe. I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 shows a day and give you guys updates on, injuries, stuff like that. Just anything that might help you guys win some money, because that's why I'm doing this. Anyway, have a good night. Bet safe. Kick back next 3 hours of starting at 8:20 tonight. Grab a beer and some popcorn, and let's have a good time watching some football. Finally. Peace out. I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock sharp.